live from jwsolarusa USA. Today is a big day here, and you guys probably noticed this place. It has been 4.5 years since it came down at Wanamingo. You remember this system? PIP2424lv-msd. And check, let's get the drums.
Dun, 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 dun.
Stevie B Rockster Solar. Look at that. And now you get a barbecue as well.
Yeah, that's right.
So today, Stevie, what you carrying in there?
This is our old PIP 2400, and we're replacing it with the OutBack.
Guys, check this out. This is the OutBack VFXR3524, 3500 watt, 24 volt alpha. The A, the recent ones. Okay, you have to have a special remote to operate this guy, which is the Mate 3S. So this is the system I back up here. This is how the system used to look, and Steve is carrying that bad boy. Look at all the wire nest we already have in the conduit all the way, and the channels, not conduit, it's the channels all the way up. System is looking good. I have to interrupt it. I came here at 0900 hours this morning so that we can able to interrupt the system and get it running so that we can deplete these batteries at all. Check this out. VMAX tanks still running like a champ. Look at this. You know, I think I made a good decision. What do you think, Steve?
I'm very happy with it.
Yeah, still running.
Yep.
And this one's the one that we lost about to this the NPP or MPP batteries. The tag is on the other side, and these are 6-volt battery. And
Yep.
Stevie, look at that, what he had right on this thing. Look at all this inside. Look how dusty. He said he was vacuuming it. And
Yep.
look at the fans here. I have a lot of people complaining about the fans. 4.5 years these fans are running
Non-stop.
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 And these things carry the house.
Mm-hmm.
Look, the reason why he had all this dirt, because he had a lot of
It's the
animals,
cats,
like cats and all that stuff. And guys, this is the system, and Stevie is gonna take this guy and save it for rainy days,
Mm-hmm. Just in case.
just in case.
It's a backup.
So it doesn't mean the house cannot live on this OutBack. Yes, it is, because Stevie can only pull 2,000 watts on that one, which powers the VMAX tanks. So the VMAX tanks, I think they are 250 amps. I can't remember. I'll put that on description below on the thing. But the VMAX tanks were, I think it's 200 amps, something like that, or 250 amps, 200 amps approximately. Check them out. You see some of my videos on old Stevie B Rockster Solar and the install. You see everything. So that inverter you just had runs on this VMAX here. I think we have 12 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think it's 14 or whatever it is. So yeah, we put those batteries. This VMAX tanks is gonna go into the OutBack, and the OutBack is gonna be running more efficiently and more effective, so which it can able to add more loads, because he took some loads off due to, you know, Stevie, he's really concerned. He don't want to ruin the machines. He want to put more life into them. I think this OutBack's gonna last another whatever, you know, maybe a decade. Who knows? Yeah. It's all the handling and whatever, but it's a machine. Any moving parts can break, but we are not praying for that. We just want things to work. And let's go back to the build. We got this. Don't criticize me, because these wires, we are not expecting that we're gonna be dealing with something like that. So there's no heat shrink. This is the positive. That's why we put a black tape here. I know some people will say something about it. Well, that's what we have right now. We'll change that later. But we're gonna install this to the bus bars and get everything situated here. And we don't want to lose the sun, since it's almost getting for fall here, and get this thing running, wired up the AC, input, AC output, so we can able to charge the batteries. These are the wires right here. The AC in, AC out, ground. It's gonna come here, and we're gonna fire up this guy. It has its own fan right here. That's why it's the VFXR. Is a vented, so it's not a seal. The VFXR is a vented, and it is our inverter, grid tied inverter as well. You can tie it into grid, you can go into grid 0, you can do UPS, you can do a lot of stuff into this inverter. This is a very powerful inverter, and we're gonna turn the grid integrated system off so that it cannot push power back to the grid. We don't want anything with the power company. So,
John, I got a question for you. With the PIPs, the fans ran 4.5 hours or years nonstop. This has a fan too. Does this will this stay on constantly? Or will it be like the classics where they just kind of come on when it needs to cool?
It has a temperature, a speed control, whatever it's called, and a temperature sensor. If you don't pull that much load, then it's gonna stay like that. After a while, it's gonna kick in and cool the system and off. But if you have heavy loads, medium loads, it's gonna run. It's gonna run constantly. But look at the fan. Look at the size, how huge it is compared to these baby ones down here. And Steve is gonna bring that, so make some quick comparison, because the smaller the fan, the noisier it is. Look at that. The smaller the fan is high decibel noise. That's why when the people go, wee, goes like sound. Look at that. So they're ramping up. But for the mere fact it has two, so if you put these things together, it's almost gonna give you a size of this.
Yeah, look at that.
So they just are massive. So when you charge from the grid, after maybe approximately two minutes or something, at a load approximately at 28 volt, and the fan will start kicking. It kicks in right away and started making noise for the rest of the charge. And there's no load. After all, everything cools down, then it's gonna stop. And here on the side, you can see little fins here. So when the fan is blowing, the cool air or hot air is coming out from these sides. It's like a net. See that? So it has all little net, so they can breathe better. These inverters are built for really hot climate, and they can able to cool better. And these are not designed for harsh conditions, like if you live by the ocean or you live by salty, the moisture and more dusty area. This inverter is not meant for it, because that's what OutBack has different ones. Like you guys seen my 3048 MT is built for those kind of robust area, like live in the ocean, a lot of moisture, salty area, or sandy area, dusty area. The dust cannot get inside the components in there. See, so it has an inbuilt fan inside, and this one is the vented one. It takes the air from the bottom here, cool the system. This acts like an exhaust. The warm air, hot air get out and cools the machine. With the heavy heat sink, you know, the fins are really robust, just like those midnights you can see on the side. And they come on when they have more load, and when they don't have much, they don't make noise. So guys, we go back to the build. After that, we don't update the video. Stay tuned, and Steve, he's probably gonna be a happy man today. He has been longing for OutBack, and dream comes true. So he got a pretty good deal on this, and we're gonna utilize that. Stay tuned, like and subscribe. Steve is daydreaming, because back in the days of the PIPs, now it would have been like those noise. And what we did right now, we got this bad boy installed. And now what we did, I was just trying to show Stevie how you can charge on the grid. This thing is now just about to get start warm after approximately 15 minutes. And see that light indicator right there? And I brought my mate here so that Stevie can see what is happening. We are putting about 2600 watt. See the arrow? And this is the grid. It's taking that 24. And it's loading up these batteries right here, the VMAX tanks. So I was hoping and praying that this thing can just get warm, because Stevie already used to these pips here raving when you turn it on. The more power you send to this guy, the more you pull in, the fans goes off, the MOSFET. But this guy have a massive heat sink, massive, till this guy get warm before it's gonna start. So, and he's not using the full potential of his system at all, because AGMs can go on about 29.4 on absorb. While there you go. Finally, the day we've been waiting for happens. So, see how long it takes, Stevie? And the noise is kind of low. It's not even loud. And we don't want to charge the batteries on the grid, but we have to just go back into the solar. We're trying to lock up everything here, do wire management, put back the rails. And these are the top batteries here. The MP, whatever. I'll put that in the description below. So these batteries are cooler, and we're sending more power here, over 2600 watts, just to make sure that Stevie's is well assured that when he flipped the breaker to charge the battery, it's gonna charge. Let me show you where the breakers are. So we had them here, 2 double throw breaker, just a quick disconnect. So this is for number 2, which is not going to be the OutBack. So Steve is going to probably say OutBack here, whatever you want to change. And that's the other one, the PIP right here. So it goes all the way to the box, to the basement. That's what happened here. So now we're going to flip this guy all the way down. Oh, the OutBack just disconnected. You can hear the relay. And now we stop charging. We're gonna go now Steve is gonna be flipping the breakers for the the solar. So for these guys, whoop. Yep. There you go. So this guy here is already disconnected.
He's bringing in 1,000 watts already.
So almost 1200.
Yep.
So it's almost like there's a time right here.
Yep.
Past 11. We're messing around. We don't want to miss the sun. It's almost getting fall here. And the system is saying you pull in only 100 watts at the house. Yeah. So you can see my name up here, jwsolarusa. So that's my mate I brought. And we're seeing at 26.6 volt on the battery. It goes to 29.4 full charge, and we float at 27.4. So we only pull in, the house is only pulling 100 watts, while this guy is offsetting all the work. So we can go ahead and turn the PIP now on again.
Yeah, hear how loud that is?
Listen to the noise.
That's a constant noise too. Oh, there it went down a little bit.
All right.
Those fans are always on.
If this thing would have been, this one would have been quiet, and you can hear this fan raving. So now check this out. The relay is gonna click. How the technology is totally different.
Huh.
There you go. What happened here? So these guys here, these classics, are the one that's responsible for that. So it has this. I know why, because the batteries are getting low. You gotta help it. You're gonna turn this guy on. Oops. Fall. So turn this guy on, and this guy is coming up. You know how the voltage getting low on the batteries there when you turn the PIP, sometimes it goes all the way out to turn the charge. Yeah. So that's what is happening, and we're gonna turn this guy classic 250. Is bringing that, so you get different strings of array. There you go, and it connects because the battery voltage was getting low, because this is just a smaller battery bank here. Okay, nice catching up. And let's see what's the load Steve is pulling here. 6%.
Use your watts.
There's the volt amp right here, and that's the watts. So it's taking the 6 amps off from the battery, and the house is pulling 160 watts or 27.7. And these guys, this charge controller, 2 charge controllers responsible for that, and the other guy here, the gazebo. You have watch my videos, you see what I'm talking about. They have different kind of panels. These are the gazebo, correct?
Correct.
So these are the rec panels, REC panels. So the rec panels are this one. You guys have seen all the install, and this one here is the biggest array, which is the what, Stevie? 1,260 kilowatt. And no, that would be. This is gonna be the what? Stevie, read that number from 1920, 1,920 watts of solar array. And this is the gazebo, which is the 1,260 watts. So they're all charging, bringing 30 amps. This guy is bringing 18 amps. And this guy is the one that we tried to charge the batteries earlier with the OutBack here. And it's bringing 45 amps. It's bringing 45 amps. So we are doing pretty good here. So guys, we're gonna try and finish up this, clean up everything, while Stevie is gonna be probably wondering today what is going on. Maybe I'll see. I can get a text message later. Oh well, everything is working right. He has been dreaming for the OutBack for a long time. And here goes the OutBack. Welcome to Stevie B Rockster's house. All right, we're gonna put the cover right here and finish up all the cleaning, then we'll go back. Please hear the difference. It's blowing constantly at 155 watt, and this guy is pulling 100 and a change, approximately the same, because it's not gonna give you 150, and if it's 1,000, it's gonna go 1 point something, and this guy is not even saying anything. It's quiet. The big fan is underneath here, and the temperature just getting cold to the touch. And we are bringing power to the battery bank. We already generated, look at that, like a lightning bolt. Is 200 watts. We already bring it into the batteries, and we're charging. So 26.8, super accurate. 26.8 right here. Check this out, Stevie. 26.8. This one goes to sleep when you push the buttons, then the screen lit up. 26.8. 26.8.
Yep.
So we are back on track, guys. Look at those green lights are just illuminating. So one is the power, one is like inverting. So you can tell that's showing you here. No AC, no errors. The errors are gonna be red light. Charging is gonna be amber. So all cool. Done. Stevie, any word?
I like it.
Uh-oh. Did you see what he said? Did you hear what he said? He said, I like it. All right. I like your move it. So we are moving now. We're going to be putting back that plate up here. And we're going to take all these tools off. And this is the system I built 4.5 years ago for Stevie B. And now, look at that. That's how it looks like. I did a preamble before I brought the PIP here. And the OutBack. And I tested it. Let Stevie use it, fill it for 1 month. And I came back and pick it up. It's just like putting a bug on Stevie. Can't even have that sleep anymore, thinking about the OutBack.
Yeah.
When am I getting the OutBack? When am I getting the OutBack? Maybe you should touch it and say, boy, you're home now.
You're home.
You're home.
That's a good boy.
All right, gotta let you guys go. We finish up everything. We're gonna wrap up. And we call it a day. Like and subscribe. jwsolarusa. Thanks for watching. Live from Wanamingo, Minnesota. That's how long it has been. Bye.